You won't believe what we brought you today. The craziest tornado videos of 2023. These videos are insane, including the one that almost blew Johnson County away and the strongest one that California has ever faced in the last 40 years. These are sights you don't want to miss out on. Observe the sturdy power of nature, which will leave you in sheer astonishment. So, be ready to witness the greatest feats of nature in 2023. On the second day of November 2023, the eastern parts of the island were hit by a significant tornado. This natural disaster was a catastrophic event that caused massive destruction in its path. The tornado was incredibly powerful, with the ability to destroy everything in its wake, like a child's toy made of matchsticks. This moderately devastating tornado was classified as a Category 2 storm, with wind speeds reaching up to 180 miles per hour. As a result of this destructive storm, many homes, buildings, and other infrastructure were severely damaged or destroyed. On Saturday, November 9th, a severe weather system swept through the state, bringing with it powerful tornadoes and storms that left a trail of destruction in their wake. According to the National Weather Survey, the tornadoes had a peak wind of 125 miles per hour, causing extensive damage and, unfortunately, leading to the loss of at least 6 lives, including a mother and her toddler. Despite the efforts of emergency responders, the tornadoes caused massive destruction, with 114 residential homes being completely destroyed and another 290 being severely damaged. In addition, 271 houses suffered major damage and are now uninhabitable, leaving countless families displaced and in need of assistance. In March, the tornado season officially begins in the United States. Over 70% of the year tornadoes in the country are expected in the next 4 months. Although most tornadoes are expected in the Great Plains regions, an early one ripped through Los Angeles in California. A local businessman, Jeff, observed that a tornado had spun up across the street, apparently heading towards them. The residents of California were lucky enough to see that this wasn't a strong tornado causing little significant damage to office buildings. In California, tornadoes are rare. It experiences only 11 tornadoes per year, none of which is strong enough to cause notable damage. This Montebello was the strongest since 1983, with winds at 110 mpc. This storm traveled almost 800 meters and was only on the ground for 2 to 3 minutes. Comparatively, California has been lucky to what we see in the Great Plains when it comes to tornadoes. Have you heard about the tornadoes that hit Little Rock, Arkansas on March 31st, 2023? It was a devastating event that left many people injured and without power, and it could have been much worse if people hadn't taken the storm seriously. One local named Kim was standing in the doorway of a business when she saw one of the tornadoes approaching. She didn't think it was going to be that strong, but it nearly picked her up and carried her away. Luckily, her husband was there to pull her back. Their business was covered in debris and broken glass, but they only suffered a few minor injuries. Kim later admitted that she was very foolish for not taking the tornado seriously. The same storm that nearly took Kim's life passed over more rural areas outside of Little Rock. Some curious locals were waiting for the storm to pass, but as soon as they saw the winds picking up, they ran inside their concrete garage for shelter. Luckily, the structure withstood the powerful storm, but the rest of their property wasn't so lucky. The tornado destroyed a thriving forest and a small white shed in their backyard. Overall, the tornadoes damaged over 2,600 structures and snapped an untold number of trees. Dozens of people suffered various injuries, and about 75,000 people were without power across the state. This is a stark reminder of the power of nature and the importance of being prepared for unexpected events. On Tuesday, April 4th, 2 powerful tornadoes swept through China's eastern Jiangsu province, causing widespread devastation in their wake. The latest reports indicate that the extreme weather event led to the loss of 10 innocent lives and left several others injured. This comes as a massive blow to the region, which has been grappling with severe floods and unprecedented heat waves over the past few months. According to state broadcaster CCTV, the tornadoes wreaked havoc in Sukian City and Yancheng, with each city experiencing different levels of destruction. In Sukian City, 5 people lost their lives, while 4 others were severely injured. The city also witnessed over 130 houses being destroyed, forcing more than 400 people to relocate to safer areas. When you think of Florida, you probably imagine a place brimming with sunshine and sandy beaches, but this paradise has a dark side too. Floridians have to deal with not only hurricanes but also tornadoes, which can strike with little warning and pack a mean punch. On April 30th, 2023, a rare but powerful EF2 tornado hit Palm Beach County, and it was the second consecutive day of severe weather. Caught in the midst of this terrifying storm was our very own cameraman, who was stuck in an intersection when the tornado struck. He managed to capture the incredible footage of what it's like to be caught in the eye of a tornado. The video shows the intensity of the wind and the chaos it brings, including cars flipping over and debris flying through the air. Jeff and his girlfriend were on their way to dinner when they heard the tornado warning over the radio. Not wanting to take any chances, they immediately turned around to head home. Unfortunately, they found themselves in the path of the tornado, and Jeff could feel the back of his car lifting off the ground as if a train was roaring through. Fortunately, they were next to a truck that absorbed the brunt of the wind, saving them from rolling over like the other car that wasn't so lucky. The tornado dealt significant damage to the Sanctuary Grove apartment complex, which was deemed uninhabitable after the storm. Boats were tossed around like bath toys and landed on the pier, to have made it through the storm and lived to tell the tale. The small city of Periton, located in the northeastern part of Texas, is home to approximately 800 to 500 people. The town is situated about 7 miles south of the Oklahoma Panhandle, which makes it vulnerable to powerful tornadoes like the one that hit the town in mid-June of 2023. The tornado was so strong that it almost completely destroyed the little city, leaving a trail of devastation in its path. The incident occurred at around 5:01 p.m. local time when a resident was in their workshop and heard what they thought was a strong dust storm outside. When they looked outside, they saw a terrifying EF3 tornado coming towards them. Fortunately, they were able to flee downstairs before the tornado hit their home. The same could not be said for many of the other residents of Periton. Aftermath footage shows a scene of destruction, with buildings completely destroyed and the windows of cars blown out. The tornado reached wind speeds of 140 mph and left a 6.3-mile path of destruction across the small town. The tornado was about half a mile wide and hit the town without warning because the entire city lost power when officials triggered the emergency sirens. The whole incident lasted only 11 minutes, but the impact on the community will be felt for years to come. On June 25, 2023, Greenwood was hit by one of 4 tornadoes that touched down across the state. This EF2 storm ramped up over an under-construction apartment complex, nearly tearing it to shreds. Fortunately, a local man named Eric was on hand to capture the incredible footage of this terrifying event. Eric managed to keep his camera rolling and caught the tail end of the storm as it dissipated after clearing the complex. The footage is both breathtaking and terrifying, capturing the raw power of Mother Nature. Despite the damage caused by this storm, Greenwood was lucky. The EF2 tornado only shattered some windows and tore the roofing off one of the buildings. Workers found pieces of splintered debris impaled in the ground the next day, but thankfully, nobody was seriously injured during any of the 4 storms. According to the National Weather Service, this tornado tracked a 5.4-mile path through Johnson County, growing to between 200 and 400 yards wide with wind speeds of around 115 mph. The Red Cross quickly stepped in to provide aid for anyone who needed it. as around 16,000 homes were left without power. It was a trying time for the residents of Greenwood, but the community came together to support each other and rebuild their city. If you live in an area prone to tornadoes or other natural disasters, it's vital to have a plan in place. Make sure you know where to go for shelter and have emergency supplies on hand. Don't take these events lightly, as they can be incredibly dangerous and even life-threatening. Let's learn from the experience of those affected by the tornadoes in Little Rock and take steps to ensure our safety and the safety of our loved ones in the face of natural disasters. Stay safe out there. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Bye for now.